Whoops, you were muted. Not anymore.
Oh.
It's all right. Yeah, but welcome. Active Frames Talk Show, episode 1. How does it feel to be? How does it feel to be the first guest?
I feel very honored, honestly, because I think this place is gonna go somewhere, you know. So to be the very first,
it's too nice.
It's just cool. It's just cool, man.
This man's too nice. First things first. I think everyone, not just me, but everyone in chat, you deserve congratulations. Street Fighter League EU made it to the big stage. When did you first find out you were gonna be on SFL?
Well, I got asked by a few teams, and stuff ended up happening. I ended up not being able to make one team, and then I was at work, and I got a DM, and it was just like, "Yo, I put your name through for the team, and we might pick you." So I was immediately like, "Yo, thank you! Like, this is my dream right here. Like, this is amazing." And then I got to talking. We talked a bit, and then I got picked for the team. So it was like a few weeks ago. I knew.
Okay.
So yeah, it feels fucking awesome, man. Like,
because I've been looking at the teams. I mean, why don't you fill us in? Who you got in your team? Because I saw a couple names like, this team's got a decent shot.
I know what you mean. So on my team, it's me, then it's a Bolt Strike, and then it is Joker Jokes and Shivs. Now a lot of people are gonna know Bolt Strike because he's like the Jamie, right?
Obviously.
But Shivs and Joker Jokes might not be as known by a lot of people. So Shivs was a really good player in SF5. Wasn't as active in this game competitively, but is still like a really good player. And then Joker Jokes, he was in SFL last year as well, and that guy is a beast, man. Like, I think a lot of people are gonna be like heavily underrating him and then get whooped because that guy can adapt like no other. That is it's insane how well he is at adapting.
I've been familiar with Joker Jokes for a bit. I mean, as a commentator, I try to commentate as many events as possible. I think he's from the UK, if I recall correctly. Yeah, from what I remember, that man has a pretty sick. He plays Cammy, right?
He plays Cammy.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty. I mean, a lot of people from the UK play Cammy. You have people like Shax as well. There's so many. So Hurricane, of course, is the big one. But man, Street Fighter League. Man, that sounds. I had a feeling that you were gonna be on SFL because you made a pretty decent splash, especially this year. You are, I think it's pretty easy to say you're the most well-known player from the Netherlands right now, along with, I think, you and Jumbo, I think, are at the moment the two most active. When it comes to like big results, I think you got like 17th at UFA. That is
13th.
Oh, 13th. I'm sorry, man. 13th. So you got through top 16 for like a Dutch for someone from the Netherlands. Usually we're not very well known when it comes to like our scene. Because you've been making some pretty nice wins. Still waiting for that big because I saw you were starting against Garnet in some of the World Warriors. So the big dub when it comes to that, still in wait. I'm just gonna say in waiting because
it's on the way.
It's on the way.
Exactly.
But I wanna this we're talking about now. I wanna rewind a little bit. I mean you're about 18 years old right now.
Yes.
But when did you first start playing like fighting games? Was this like, is this a recent thing, or have you been playing since like you were 10 years old? How did that start out?
So I mean, it depends on what you're gonna call a fighting game. If you were counting Super Smash Brothers, which I mean, come on.
I count it.
You do?
100%. I count it, man.
Really?
The game has, dude. We'll go into it at a different time, but keep going. I think it's a fighting game.
Okay, so when I was 8 years old, I started playing Super Smash Brothers on the DS, on the 3DS, right? Ooh. And I just played that a bunch. And when I was, I think, like 14 or 15, I started. I think I got DVFZ on sale, and I started playing that a bit. But I was just playing on controller, like I was just playing casually. and I started getting into YouTube videos about the FGC and about Tekken specifically from the Score Esports, right?
Oh yeah. Great videos.
Yeah, like those videos are super well edited, and like it presents everything that the FGC is like really well. So obviously I got into that, and then I was like 15, so this was in 2021, and I was like, bro, I really wanna get good at these games. So I bought a cheap, flimsy ass stick off of Amazon for like $50, and I started playing Tekken. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just give Street Fighter a go as well. And
this was Street Fighter 5, right?
Yeah, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 5. And this was in like September of 2021, so about a year and a half before Street Fighter 6 came out. And I played on and off. Like I played every once in like a few weeks, etc. And then I got to higher rank and people started beating me again and I was salty. And then like that drive to improve started like popping up. And by the end of Street Fighter 5, I think I was platinum. With like, who did I play? I played like Karen and fucking G and Oro and stuff, because I was a huge Brian F fan.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I wanted to play all the characters that he played. I think I still have like a comment on his channel from like January of 2022 saying like, I just got to bronze, you're such a huge inspiration to me, which now, like 2 years ago, that's so insane.
That's only 2 years ago. I mean, if you were 2 years ago, you were proud of getting bronze, and now you're like, what was it, 2100 MR or 22 even?
Yeah.
It's like
21.
Yeah, so you're at like the top 0.001%. That amount of growth in 2 years. That is that's kind of huge. Did you just how did that happen? Did you just like start to grind the game, or was there like a moment where it just clicked, or was it just like a steady, gradual progression?
I mean, that's a really good question. So what I think happened was, I mean, okay, I know how it happened. I got into the Street Fighter 6 beta, right? Which, you know, we all know what happened with the beta. And MBR, I ran into him through a friend who was also playing the beta. And MBR just started hosting these like little offline like practice things every Sunday at his house. And it was so fun. I was looking forward to every Sunday. We would just hang out, eat food, play the game, talk about the game, how we thought the game was gonna end up going. And at the start, I used to play Kimberly back then. And at the beginning, you know, I was taking a game every once in a while. Then I started getting washed heavily because I was an ultra scrub, right? I didn't know how to switch up my game plan. And then one day it just kind of clicked. I started being able to do shimmies. I started mixing up my my offense, and just through getting my ass beat by people that were so much better than me in neutral and footsies and decision making, like I started learning. And it's also because I'm real young, right? Like I can really quickly pick something up.
More malleable, like you know how to change it. More adaptive.
Yeah. But I mean, it took a bit. It took a few sessions. It took like 10 weeks before I stopped getting my ass whooped and started whooping their ass. And the moment I heard, Xerna, why don't you just go back to being bad, dude? This isn't fun. That's when I knew. This is what I gotta do.
Is this
exactly?
I mean, but 10 weeks, dude. It took me as a. I mean, when I compare my age to yours, we have a difference of 10 years, which is insane to me. Like, it took me, for me, like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It's something I was. It took me like half a year to really get to grips with Street Fighter 6, because I came from Dragon Ball mostly. I played a couple of team games, tag games. I played Street Fighter 4, but that was mostly just with one friend, and we we didn't really adhere to any meta. We just played what we wanted. We did some whack ass combos. Like a jump into a low forward Shoryuken was a sick combo when it came when we were playing. Like, oh, that combo was sick. I just did stand fierce into Shoryuken, and then
Right.
For me, it took a while to finally get to grips with Street Fighter 6. I'm now in a position where I'm like, hey, I can kind of hold my own, even against like people that have been playing like these games for ages. Like I play a lot with Nindo, Greg, also very. He's basically like one of our veterans in the scene. Has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And I was finally able to like hold my own against him. Like, hey, I know how to play these games a bit. And then we played at UFA, and I got like, oh my god, I got absolutely washed. But I think it's interesting that you mentioned Kimberly, right? Because Kimberly is one of those characters right now who is, let's put it this way, not really favored by the meta.
Exactly.
She has a lot of weaknesses. She has, I think, like her major strength is like making you guess. I think if and the things as well, if she's not able or allowed to get that guessing game off, she just crumbles. But I think there was a pretty pivotal moment, I think early in this year or late last year, where you made the switch from Kimberly to Jury. How did that come about?
So once again, MBR was involved, right?
I'm sensing a
so
pattern.
There was this, yeah. No, this man has changed my life. I can't even lie, straight up. Like, a lot of the good decisions that have come forth within the last like year of my life have been, you know, because of this guy. Like, he's great. That's all I can say about MBR. He's just my GOAT. But okay, let me tell you about this. So I went to a Dutch tournament called Don't Whiff, right? This was like a big tournament in November of 2023, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, a bunch of Germans were there. Ryan Hart was there. A bunch of guys. And I played the tournament. I got washed by Luke Jump Heavy Punch in winners finals.
By MBRs.
Then,
Was it MBR?
Yeah. Because he still played Luke back then. And so Luke Jump Heavy Punch made me want to quit Kimberly entirely, because that is such a difficult move to deal with if you don't have a DP, especially back then where Luke's damage was just 2 touches and you're done. And then I got washed by Chenzo in losers finals, which also was like, damn, like this matchup feels really tough. With
Yeah, it was against
character,
Rashid,
you know?
right? If I recall. I think.
Yeah,
wait, I
yeah.
commentated the top. I was there. Yeah, it was I remember Chenzo's Rashid then, because back then, people. I mean, Rashid was considered pretty okay. He was not like the menace that he is today with his ESR and all of his other bullshit that he has. But even then, I mean, I don't know about you, but even then I was like, oh, this character, this Rashid guy, it's gonna be a little troublesome. I remember you losing to Chenzo, and I distinctly remembering you just slouching over in your chair like, what in the ever-loving shit am I supposed to do with this? I felt like there was a wave of hopelessness of like, how do I deal with this stuff? And I was talking to people as well, like, hey, there's this you're a super good player, but I feel like you're almost limiting yourself to the character you really want to play. I mean, we've talked about this like before at events, like, hey, you decided that you wanted to win, but sometimes it just really feels that way. If you play like a character that's just not very good, and you feel like, oh, the limit is not so much your game plan or your decision making, but your character. At that point, you really have to consider, maybe I should just, if I really want to play for money, if I want to win tournaments, then it comes back to Sanford Kelly. Just pick a top tier.
Real. But it was just like after that tournament, I was super like bummed out. Like I was insanely sad because I thought I was playing well, I thought I was doing well, and then I just get these options presented to me that my character can't deal with without taking extreme risk, and I was just like, damn, like I fucking hate playing this character. And so I went home, I booted up the game, I played a bit of Kimberly. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try out Jury for fun, right? Okay. So I tried her out, got her to 1700 MR.
So
I was like, oh, this character's pretty cool.
Was there a reason why you landed on Jury?
Yes. I mean, no, like, no, I just picked her because I thought she looked cool, I guess, and I liked the way that her moves like worked a bit. But it really settled in when I was playing against MBR again. Okay, Senzier, if you talk about feet, bro.
I was not gonna mention it because I don't want to.
I'm watching, bro. It's not that. I swear it's not that.
I mean, to his credit, he does not have like a cringy club name like Jury Feet Club or Feet Enjoyers or whatever, because those are the real demons.
Exactly, dude. I need to add Blanca BBL as my club name.
Oh my god. Guys, cancel the stream. Crew, notes. Nah, JK. But hey, I don't know which is worse, Jury Feet Club or Blanca BBL, man. Those are...
Hey,
dude, people be down bad. I don't know. For Blanca, man, come on, that's just not okay. That's just not okay in my book.
Hey, man. We all got different flavors, you feel me?
That's true. To each their own, but hey, there's a reason why it's called Stuff Behind Closed Doors. Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
But Jury, I feel Jury, I mean, she, to an extent, Jury is like one of those staple like set play characters. She has the projectiles, really making you guess as well, setups. So I feel like when I thought about it, like, hey, Jury, Kimberly Jury, very viable, of course. She is the $1 million character. If you would not have picked Jury, is there, like, let's say in a different role, there was like a conversion. If you went the left path instead of the right path, is there any other character you would have picked? Because I've seen you play a bunch of different characters, but
yeah. Well, the other path would have been that I went on vacation and Rashid came out and I was really hyped for Rashid. And when I came home, I just kind of stopped playing him because I didn't think he was fun. But now I picked him up again a little bit because he's broken. So I think that if I would have stayed with Rashid, it would have also like done something eventually. But Jury is just what I ended up going with. But specifically after I played with MBR, because okay, what happened was I was studying in the same city as MBR at the time, and I came from school and he was like, "Yo, you wanna play sets like offline? Like we can go eat and then we're gonna play sets." So we did that, and he picked Luke again, and I picked Kimberly again, and I kept running into the same issues, right? I couldn't play neutral with him. I couldn't anti-air him. And then I was like, oh, I'm so tired of this. And in like a fit of rage, I picked Jury and I started playing. And that night, I beat him 10-3 with Jury.
Damn.
Even though I was getting fucking washed with Kimberly. It felt like such a breath of fresh air to play a character that has more than one button in neutral and has a fireball. It was so insane. And the crouch medium kick, bro.
Oh my days. There's another person I know personally that went kind of through the same. Of course, Sam started out playing Manon and was I mean, if you haven't seen Sam's video on it, it's a great video. Go to the YouTube channel, Seldom Sets. If you're in this chat, you've probably already seen it, but it's because I don't know this problem because when the game came out, I played Ken. And then when Ed came out, I'm like, okay, no, this is my guy, and we all know what's happening with Ed right now. So I hashtag cannot relate because I just pick good characters. But I do like when I relate it to myself. Have you ever played Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
No.
Okay.
No, that game is way before my time.
True. That is when I was like a little kid. That was my first fighting. I played Phoenix Wright, and I don't know for those in the chat or for those who know, Phoenix Wright is the absolute worst character in that game, with one exception, that being Shenko. Because Shenko just is not a character, but Phoenix Wright is just, he's a stupid character. But I really wanted to play him because that's what I liked back in the day. And then I was like, hey, what if I just picked a character that's not dog shit? And it's like, oh my god, I can actually play neutral. I can actually do stuff. I can actually press buttons and have them mean some. So I totally understand what you mean by like it feeling liberating. Because if you've not had these luxuries, if you've been shackled by the low tier characters, having that it must instill you with confidence as well, right?
Absolutely. Like it was just, it was so good to beat someone like in a way that you want to, instead of having to play along their rules the whole entire time. And which is really nice. Like it felt, it really did. It felt fresh. Every single button that I pressed felt fresh, and every whiff punish felt fresh. It was just awesome. Like I tried playing Kimberly in a neutral-based style, which isn't how you're supposed to play her.
No,
but then when you go to a character that has strong neutral and you try to play a strong neutral-based style and you use the buttons, it's just it really does feel like entering a warm bath or something, man. It's awesome. It's the best.
Yeah, I mean, and this flows pretty nicely into something I wanted to talk to you, and which is something. It's always like a hornet's nest, you can call it, or whatever you wanna call it. The meta, you know, the dirty word, meta, tier list. And the thing is, people will always bitch and moan about meta, but I honestly think, considering everything, not just considering Street Fighter 6, but other fighting games, in my honest opinion, I think the current meta is actually pretty alright, with a couple of glaring exceptions, like characters that are just, if you want to win a tournament, you pick these. I don't know what you're doing. Characters like Honda, Marisa, characters like that who are just, they are starving because they just want a crumb of something. But other than like those, I think those two glaring examples, I honestly think any character can win a major, because we saw it with Lily back in Combo Breaker, and people were before El Chacote really took that win, people were like, Lily bottom 5, she's never gonna win a major, and then he did. And since Chacote won that tournament, we've seen quite a bit. I don't know if you watched Salt Mine League last Sunday. There were 3 Lilies in top 8. 3 Lilies in top 8.
I want to say something so bad. I want to say something so bad about those Lilies.
Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
Alright, so Germany is a random region. Like random as fuck.
And
I
see what you mean.
Lily fits that so well. So insanely well. Because, I mean, okay. Let me put it like this. So, at UFA, I talk with Problem, and like I think Broski was there as well. And we kind of just talked about the state of the game, and Problem was talking about Bison, right? And he basically said like Bison in every single game is created to fit what the meta is in that game. Okay. So in Street Fighter 4, like Vortex was the game.
True.
So if you had a good way to get out of Vortex, which is what M. Bison had, like, that's what made Bison really good in that game. Street Fighter 5 was about plus frames and being able to frame trap that way, and he had the most plus buttons in the game. And now this game, he has the best mid-screen throw loop and the best, like, jabs in the game. This game is about being able to force 50-50s, right? Because he has the fastest drive rush, he has some of the best jabs, he has a amazing throw. This is what Bison is made for, right? Bison is made for crouch medium kick drive rush throw loop. That's the state of the game. But it's more so that this game is about 50-50s.
Okay,
and
elaborate.
If you have a character, if you like strike throw, like
definitely,
that this game is about. And if you have a character that has like some of the most insane normals on a grappler, and then also has that really strong 50-50 without having to spend bar, you get a strong character. I don't see how people are saying that characters like Lily and Manon are bad. They're not. They conform to the meta, not as much as other characters specifically, right? Because Rushdown is always going to be more strong. But Manon, I mean, Random is making it work, right? If the character was that bad, he wouldn't be able to make it work. If Lily was that bad, El Chicote wouldn't have been able to make it work. Jaeger, right?
Yeah,
Jaeger
yep.
96 should not be able to get a top 8 in any tournament that he enters. But because he plays Lily, he can, because this character confirms to the meta. And that's shots to Jaeger 96. I hate you. I really do.
Damn.
With my whole heart.
Damn, actual shots. And I think Sensor actually pointed something out as well. Kusanagi, of course, with his big win with Ryu.
Exactly.
I think if I look, I hate tier lists because 9 times out of 10 they're literally just interaction bait for people on X or Twitter to farm interactions with. But he is, like, in my eyes right now, the definition of like a B tier character. He is okay. He is fine. Will he win tournaments? Probably, but not many. The thing is, he does so many things, but there is literally no reason to pick Ryu over Ken or Akuma. If you want to play Morzoni, why not just pick Akuma? He's the best fireball in the game. If you want to play more Rushdown, just pick Ken. He has so many good offensive options. Logically speaking, there should not be a reason why you pick Ryu. Because really, if you want to pick Ryu, you want to play Shoto. And there's 2 better options. But it's those character loyalists like a Kusanagi, like Random, who their characters might conform to the meta, but them as a player don't. And I think those kinds of diamonds in the rough that we don't usually see is something that makes the current meta so special, and why I think almost any single character apart from Hanna actually I think could work. I think there's one character that's Marissa. I think if you want to play Marissa, then just pick Bison, because everything Marissa does, except for one thing, that's the command grab, Bison does just better. Just straight up just does better.
Real. Very real. Honestly, I totally agree. If you're still playing Marisa in this season, it's either a character preference, right? You just like looking at a 6'8" muscled up woman on your screen, right?
Which,
Or
to
you're
each
just
their own.
stupid.
To each their own.
Real. But I agree with you. Like, I think Honda, if he was played by like the best players in the world, yeah, okay, they could probably do it, right? But he's just struggling, man. And I honestly, he can keep struggling, right? I am not throwing
Certified
this man
Honda
no
hater.
safety vest. I hate that motherfucker. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
swear on this stream, yes.
Sure.
I hate that motherfucker, man. I hate him. I
That's
do.
fair. No, I get it. He's I think Honda is like, he fulfills his duty of keeping people's egos in check. Because if so, have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No.
Okay, so the Dunning-Kruger
I don't know what
effect
this
is
is.
something very interesting. It is a graph which it measures the confidence of someone's abilities by how much knowledge they have. So if people have, you've seen this, if people have only a little bit of knowledge, they think, oh, I know everything. But
Yeah. Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as you start learning how much knowledge there is, so the graph goes like this. It goes straight up, like very quick, and then steep decline, and then it goes slowly back up. Because at some point you pass like you start realizing how much you actually don't know about a thing. And I think people who play Street Fighter and are at like the first peak, who think they're really good, they get clapped by Honda.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Honda checks if you actually know how to play, not just Street Fighter 6, but just Street Fighter in general. With his the butt slam, of course, it's basically just a left-right. Even Honda players don't know where you're gonna land. The command grab forces you to not just sit there and hold down back. Okay, I'm just gonna block these the headbutts and of course the butts. And the headbutt, of course, forces you to act, because if you just block it, you get burned out in like 6 hits. And with how fast the headbutt moves, it forces you to learn how to play Street Fighter, especially Street Fighter 6 in the current meta. But if you know how to deal with it, like you jump back air to air, or you try to perfect parry both the butt slam and the headbutt, if you start to notice the patterns that the Honda player wants to execute with the command grab, that's when he crumbles. But I think Honda he fulfills his duty in that he teaches you how to play defense in Street Fighter 6. Yeah, but because of that, it's just a knowledge check. He just falls off when you know how to play the game.
That's sort of real. I mean, you're completely right about like him being really strong at like teaching you the game and defensively. Like for example, at the launch tournament for the game, there was this Honda, and he ended up winning because nobody knew how to play against Honda. But it was just the same shit as Street Fighter 5. Like, of course you're gonna lose to him. You don't know how the character works. And but I feel like even if you know the game, Honda can still be strong, but he's only strong if you play him like a complete fucking idiot, right? There's this Italian Honda who only plays in the Battle Hub and ranked every so often, called like Matt Hazard. And this guy has the most idiotic playstyle I've ever seen in my life, but it works because it's Honda. Right? Because what this man will do, he will mash jab on everything, and he will stand like 3/4 of the screen, mash standing medium punch, and then headbutt every once in a while. Right? That's what he does. Yeah, Senzir knows him. He plays like a fucking idiot. But it works because it's Honda. Right? Honda's cheese is so strong at overwhelming you at all levels of play that it doesn't matter like if you know the game really well. Like I put easily 1,500 hours in this game, and I mean I win against him, don't worry, but he gives me a big fucking sweat, right? I have to focus more than I have to focus on like beating fucking Problem to beat this random 1900 Honda who is just mashing shit.
Yeah.
So I still think Honda is definitely capable of like performing, but you need to discard all of your honor that you have in your soul to play this character.
You have to play like a maniac.
Exactly.
Throw caution to the wind. Don't adhere to any game plan. Just roll your face over the controller, so to speak.
Exactly.
But if you were at Capcom HQ, and there was a big table of dials and switches and knobs, and you could make like any change to any character or characters, what is something? Because from what I remember, you are a certified Cammy hater.
Oh, thank you.
That's you saying. I know that you. I remember you in chat saying something like, "Oh, please delete Cammy" or something like that.
Yeah.
But realistically, if you had, let's just say, like, if you could change a couple characters, what would you change, and why would you change it?
So I was going to start off with Cammy straight away, like straight the fuck away, because this character is getting away with being a actual war crime, and it's not okay.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
And once again, I'm gonna name people because I don't give a fuck. Look at KX Genocide. Look at how this fella plays and what he's achieving. He's getting top 8 consistently at all online tournaments that he enters, right? Even though he plays like a, once again, fucking idiot, right?
Damn, choice words.
So, what I would change about Cammy, first of all, I would make her buttons actually whiff punishable, right? Because if you look at trying to whiff punish Ken's crouch medium kick compared to trying to whiff punish Cammy's crouch medium kick, you have 2 less frames, and the hurt box retracts way more on Cammy's crouch medium kick.
Doesn't he have like longer range than Ken as well?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But it takes 1 more frame to start up. So
is that a big trade-off?
Like,
how much?
I think so.
Like, is it 8 frames? Because I think Ken's is like. Is it Ken's 8 frames?
Ken's is 7.
So, yeah, I was gonna say 7. Yeah.
But the thing is, that's strong in this game because of how jab pressure works. If you get a counter hit crouch light punch, you can link it into crouch medium kick, and that's really strong. That's why Chun was really strong as well. She still is. There's just characters that do a lot of stuff better than her, and she's really boring. But that's what makes Chun really strong, right? She has that insane walk speed. She presses the jab, you get counter hit, shake my hand. You're in the corner, you're eating mix.
Of course, because Kemi, as we know, is like the classic rushdown character, right? Even like since Street Fighter 2, she was not in like World Warrior, but I think she was the second edition, championship edition. You got Kemi. I think she was like the first real, fully focused rushdown character. I think she fulfills her role, but I do agree with. I always describe it like if Kemi has you in the corner, you cannot breathe. She literally suffocates you. Because if you make any wrong decision, you die. There's a couple other characters that can do this. Of course, Bison, if you have to bomb on you. I mean, Tekken, you die is basically what happens when you play against Bison. But Kemi can do the same. And she doesn't even need like a bomb setup. She can do crouch medium kick, drive rush, and she has so many different combo routes. I think almost every single combo of her confirms into a super. So she has very easy routes straight into super, which leads to big damage. She's very explosive, especially like when it comes to round 2, round 3. Round 1, it's downright reasonable, I would say, the amount of damage she does. But once she gets access to those super meters, it's just like you just die in two hits. And of course, there's a couple of characters that can do this. I think Rashid is also a very big culprit for this as well, because of the DSR. The level 2, I think. I'm gonna say that needs adjustments, IMO, because the level 2, it's just okay. Me as now the receiver of the super, I cannot do anything. It's this is now a one-player game. I have no idea what to do. If I make a mistake, I eat 50%, and then you get 50-50, and then I probably die. And that is. I haven't run into many Rashids. I luckily don't know. So I usually just play against friends in the odd little ranked game here and there to get my knowledge up. But if I do play against a Rashid, I'm like, oh my god, I have to guess so many times. And with Cammy as well, because it's usually, I agree with the sentiment. There's a certain type of Cammy player that it's gonna raffle stomp all over you and then gonna say GG, shake my hand. I'm like, no, I don't want to shake your hand. That was terrible. That was not enjoyable for me. But is there any other character you would change if you were able to?
I mean, I understand your specific complaints about Rashid, but I haven't played against Rashid enough to make a proper judgment call on that, because he doesn't exist in Europe like at all. Like, you have Samuel, then you have Baki, then you have me, right? I think Isar, I think it might get touched. I think it might, maybe a damage reduction, but like for the rest, like Rashid is just so weird. So I'm gonna leave him behind, like as a subject. But I think another character that I would like to have like changed a bit. I want to complain more about Cammy, but I'm just gonna go to Bison. I'm just gonna go to Bison. Because we all know Bison is stupid.
He's disgusting.
He's really stupid. He's really stupid. Some people, I'm gonna name names again. I'm still the daddy, right? Look at how these
general
people play. Exactly, the general. Look at how he plays Bison, right? It's Devil's Reverse, Devil's Reverse, Devil's Reverse, Devil's Reverse.
We saw it yesterday on Wanted.
The whole day. You've seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
You've seen it firsthand. He only does Devil's Reverse, and it's so strong. But I think the issue is what comes after Devil's Reverse, right? The throw loop, and the meaty, and the bombs is too strong. So Bison needs an overall damage nerf on his main buttons, and I feel like he could definitely use a little bit more of a lingering hurt box when he does the Devil's Reverse, so you can still DP him and you don't immediately die.
What do you think about the plus frames on Devil's Reverse? Because I think that, I don't know who came up with that. I think that is I don't know who grinded that, because if he's safe, cool. That's fine. Because that's the reason why I think OD Crusher is actually it's bad, but it's not as bad as people tend to make it sound, because he is minus. He's safe, but you can take your turn back unless he has bar, but that's just a thing in Street Fighter, of course. I think making Devil's Reverse Plus is like it's just a choice I cannot fathom, because
So,
yeah, because Shadow's Rise is a very hard thing to anti-air because you can change the trajectory. It's very hard to consistently punish. I think there's a couple of characters that really can punish. I think Ed is one of them with the jump heavy kick. You get a very good juggle after that one if you're good enough. But other characters, they can only punish with like an air to air. But if you miss space it and you get counter hit by the Devil's Reverse, then you eat the free 50% because guess what? He can juggle after that as well. But I think the plus frames on block is, I think, the biggest culprit. Make it safe, but make it like -3. Make it the same as Crusher.
I think I don't agree. I don't agree.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I feel like you're still coming out of the air, right? So you're supposed to have an advantage. You took a risk.
That's fair.
It might
That's
not be
fair.
a super high risk, right? Because if you get successfully DP'd, okay, it's okay, right? It's whatever. But you're still coming out of the air, and you're still taking risk. I feel like you should be rewarded for successfully landing it, but not as heavily as you currently are, right? Because right now you're like plus, what, 4, 5, something like that? I feel like if it was +2, I would be okay with it. Because at that point, both of his mediums are 6 frames, so if you decide to mash, you're gonna trade. And if they hard read and they jab, then that's on you for mashing. But if they jab, then it's your turn after, if you do things correctly.
I guess you. I think you make a good point.
I think making that +2 would definitely balance it out. But I think just Bison's main issue is just the sheer amount of damage that he does, because he does so much fucking damage.
You explode.
Insane.
Bomb literally makes you explode.
Exactly. In 2 touches you die, and that's just the same as season 1, right? Everything that we learned from season 1 that was wrong, that people didn't like, they just put it into Bison. And I don't understand that train of thought. I mean, I get that he's a DLC character and that you want to make money, right? But that is just so ridiculous to give a character all of that.
He's I talked to a couple people, and we there was like a consensus where it's not always Bison's turn, but most of the time Bison decides when it's not his turn anymore. If it's your turn against Bison, then your opponent probably made a conscious decision to give you your turn back. Because other than that, Bison, it's almost always his turn. There's a couple of exceptions because, of course, scissor kicks, and I think the nerf to scissor kicks was a very deserved one because that move was just a little brain dead, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially light scissor kicks. And I think now it just being -5 on block if it's not spaced correctly is, I think, great. Because it it rewards you for doing correct spacing. Because if you space it correct, it's like -3 or -2. But up close, if you just throw it out, you're gonna get punished. And I think, I don't know, his crouch medium punch is top 3 normals in the game.
His crouch medium punch?
Yeah, crouch medium punch. Because that one's 6 frames, right? 6 frames.
I think it's 6 frames. Let me Google that real quick.
It has ridiculous range. The hitbox is huge. I don't know.
Crouch medium punch or kick? Punch.
Punch.
Okay, yeah, this one's 6 frames. I would agree if it wasn't very whiff punishable, right?
You know what? You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
For me, it's easy to whiff punish this move on reaction. Like, I'm very consistent with it.
That's impressive.
But
you calling me a boomer?
Yeah. What you gonna do about it? Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing. Okay, but I feel like Bison crouch medium punch is a good normal, but it is not Cammy crouch medium punch, which has the same range and is not whiff punishable and goes into itself on hit, like from really far away.
Do you even need
And-
counter hit the combo into itself?
Yeah, counter hit, it combos into itself. Yeah.
Oh, only on counter hit, or also just like on regular hit?
Not regular.
Oh,
Not
okay,
regular.
okay,
But
okay.
if you're doing it on regular, you can just buffer it. And because okay, let me just grab the frame data here. So it has the same issue that Luke Crouch Medium Punch had for a really long time, where it only has 14 recovery frames. If they add 3 more frames of recovery, that move would be fixed, right? But right now, it is broken. It is the same as, for example, JP Crouch Medium Punch, right? That thing also has 14 frames of recovery and is also busted because look at Yon Angel, right? That's my baby girl right there, but he is mashing that shit all day to catch you lacking, and you can't do anything about it. You can't whiff punish that. I think so. Okay, Bison Crouch Medium Punch top 3. No. I don't think that.
Might just be my personal experience because I do play against a fair bit of Bison, so that might be my personal interpretation. But then again, I'm not a top player. I'm just I'm a mere commentator. I try to be like a little bit of a Osmosis Jones and just take things in. And I do think like I've heard a couple of things about Crouch Medium Punch, especially when he came out. People were like, oh my god, this is the god button. So maybe that stuck around for a bit. I still think it's a really solid normal, but I think Bison in general has like some of the best normals in the game. Combined with his drive rush, which goes full screen, which is also something to have opinions about. But the crazy thing is that we've been talking about Bison a lot, but he's still not considered best in the game. Which says a bit about, I feel a little bit about power creep, especially with like DLC characters getting stronger and stronger, and then Terry just being the absolute antithesis of that and just being very underwhelming, like severely underwhelming. I've talked about this with Crossed Moon, and he said just like, the character that asks you if you're okay is just okay. I think Terry is just okay. He's not a bad guy. Do I see him taking a tournament? Oh, 100%. Because Terry has clout. You know, everyone knows Terry. Everyone want to play as Terry. He's fun to play as well. You know, he like the way his specials flow into each other in combos. The routes he has are very cool, very satisfying to pull off. But I think he lacks in frame data, especially when it comes to normals. His heavies are. I saw someone comparing Terry's stand heavy punch to Ken's stand heavy punch, and I was like, bro, what are you smoking? Because I need some of that if you think those two are comparable. But I think like his stand medium kick, as I think is great. His crouch medium kick is pretty good. His crouch medium punch is pretty good. But other than that, Terry's just, he's alright.
Yeah, I'd agree. I definitely agree. Terry is underpowered. But I'd be okay with him staying that way because his kit isn't interesting to me, at least. It's so boring.
In what way?
It's just crouch medium kick drive rush. That's it.
Counterpoint. Isn't that just 80% of the cast?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Because some characters are like have so many interesting things outside of that, right? Like if you're looking at Ken, he has the Jinrai, he has the Dragon Lash. If you're looking at, for example, Chun, she has that fucking wall offense where you
so you mean her. So the crouch medium drive the crouch medium kick driver is like the only thing that Terry really has going for him.
That's all he has.
Oh, okay.
That's all he has.
That I understand. That because I mean every single character in the game has like a normal into drive rush. I for one use a lot of set medium kick into drive rush with Ed, which of course, or his crouch heavy kick. But I think that's just also like a thing of how Street Fighter 6 was designed with its drive system. It's very focused on offense, very focused on moving forward, which is why I think the zoners are not in the best position as they could be, and why Cammy and other rushdown heavy characters are what's the word I'm looking for? They are flourishing in this meta because they they make the best use out of the drive gauge system at the moment. It allows you to go in, it allows you to just not really play neutral, which is something you don't want as a character like Cammy, as a character like Ken. You don't want to play neutral. You want to make your opponent guess. Of course, they can play neutral, but you don't want to play neutral with these characters. But I do think that's been enough about the current meta, because we can talk about this stuff like for hours, and then
hours, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, because I mean that's the thing you engage with the most. It's the meta, how the meta evolves, how your fellow top players play the game and play their characters. But I also want to look at how I mean I want to talk about your current but also your future goals. Of course, the biggest goal I would imagine is that 1 mil, or either a 1 mil or like an Evo trophy. Is there anything like in particular you want to win as well? Is there something that's like personal to you?
So first of all, I just want to qualify for the cup, right? That's going to be my main goal for the next like month. I've been sweating in the lab trying to make sure that I qualify for this goddamn cup. But it would be cool if I could do some damage at SFL and take down some really good players so that people know like, yo, like I know what I'm doing. But other than that, like right now, I'm just focusing on qualifying for the cup. If I qualify for the cup, I'll just see how I do. But qualifying in and of itself is such a big thing, because after that, somebody can say something to you and you can be like, oh, okay, but did you qualify for the cup though?
That's true.
Right. So my main goal is just qualify for the cup. That's all I want. That's my biggest dream at the moment. And then if I do that, I would probably be able to go international and actually travel outside of Europe. And then like the real grind starts, where I think if I get to travel outside of Europe, I can be one of the best players in the world in like a year.
Damn.
Like,
So then you can play.
sure.
You can go to like Middle East, play people like Angry Bird, Big Board.
Yeah.
You can go to the US, play people like Do, play people even like Punk, or even just like go to Japan, because that list is way too long.
Yeah, do the little Ending Walker Problem X and just train there for a few
The world
weeks.
tour.
That would be
The dream.
I've always wanted to go to Japan, like so bad. Like that's my #1 destination that I ever want to go to. So if I qualify for the cup, bro, that would just be fucking perfectly aligned.
Because what are your possibilities for that right now? And I know you're in the top 8 for World Warrior,
Right.
EU West. So I think that is like one of your ways to get a ticket. You're going to Kings of the World in December. I'm also trying to get something for that, because I also just want to go to that. I've never been to. I've been to London once, but I just want to go to like one of those events, because I feel there's something special about Kings of the World, with it being the final premier event as well. So like everyone is gonna go to Kings of the World. Everyone that does not have a Capcom Cup spot yet is going to Kings of the World. Probably everyone in Japan is going, because it's a final. It's the final stop, right? So, but is there like any tournament, like in tournament specifically, where like, yeah, I really would like to win a part of like the big two? So apart from like Evo and Capcom Cup.
Right. I want to go to CEO. That would be really cool. Or Frosty Faustings. There's just so many, dude. There's so many tournaments. I don't know what to pick. Straight up.
It's true.
Like, it's so much choice. But I would just love to go to the US and just hang out with friends and play the game and go to like some random ass local and just have fun. But I don't really have any specific tournaments that I really want to go to outside of Capcom Cup or Evo. Those are just the main two that I really want to see. So I don't really have to say anything about that, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that speaks for itself. There's a couple of other things there's one thing I want to talk about. Of course, Street Fighter 6 still evolving as a game. Has plenty more content coming. Of course, we know who's coming in the season 2. We got Elena and Mai on their way. Is there like any? Because you've played you've played a couple of different fighting games. Is there any character you really want to see come back or return for maybe like a Street Fighter Alpha? What character do you want to see in Street Fighter 6 if you had the power?
I want that motherfucker G. I want him.
G?
I want G to return so bad. He is so cool. He's so
no, Sensor,
cool.
He knew. He was the exact same. So please explain, because I did not play. I played Street Fighter 5 at launch for like 3 weeks, and then I just quit because I was not really having fun. But I hear so many people just saying stuff like, "Yeah, G just saved the game." Can you like explain how that happened or how that came about? Why he saved the game?
So, I only played Street Fighter 5 in like the last year and a half, so I don't know about like when he came about, like how was he? But I know that he was really strong when the game first came out, or when G first came out. He was like really S tier. But I think G was like a good shift regarding character design, because he was so incredibly unique, even though he was kind of like Q in a way. He was just so his own character, and he was just so awesome. I mean, do you know about G? Do you know what like moves he had or no?
Not really. I haven't. I have not played a lot of Street Fighter 5.
Let me explain to you. Right.
Paint me a picture.
So, G. You know what he looks like, right? He's the president of the Earth.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And he has like the Earth tattoos on his body and stuff. Of like
wears a big top hat.
Yeah, exactly. And so he has these like Earth lava powers, right? So he can he has a fireball that goes kind of down, like horizontally down. Yeah. It's about half screenish. And he has like a really big he has like a crack shoot, except it goes a little bit more vertical, right? It's called wheel kick or something. But the main thing that everybody always talks about is the command grab, right? Because he has this command grab that he can combo off of, and he just looks so fucking cool doing it, dude. Like he's just awesome. So it's like
Jamie almost a little bit. That regard.
Yeah, exactly. Except it has like a really fancy animation, like he punches you into the air and then you can fucking punch him and whatever. But okay, so he has this thing called presidentiality, right?
Okay.
So he can charge power out of the ground and then buff his specials. So the first time he does it, the specials just get like better frame advantage, more damage. But if he does it twice, he reaches max president. And all of his moves become the EX moves by default.
Oh wow!
Spend meter.
Damn. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
So
I see that.
It's so awesome. It's so cool. And he also has like a V trigger where he can do like a fucking huge explosion from his hand and shit. And he has like an armored command grab, which is crazy. Yeah. It's wild.
Is it as bad as the Zangief? Running
no,
forward?
it's actually good. Because you can't really react to it properly.
Damn. All right.
Like you can do the command grab on a jump in and then grab them as they land. It's really cool. But I want G back because I think if I get G with the skills that I've acquired throughout this game, I would fuck up everybody in Europe.
Do you think he has a big chance to come back?
Oh, huge. Everybody's asking for him. I just really hope he comes back. That's all. I would switch immediately. I would switch. Straight up.
Give up the girl?
Yeah. Fuck Jury, man. Like, I don't play her because of, like, I think she's a cool character. Like, that's why I picked her initially. But now I'm just kind of tired of just hearing, "You wanna play? Let's play!" all day.
So her dialogue is, it's kind of cringy. I'm
gay if you are. It's so annoying, dude.
What?
So... No, she says I'm game, but you know.
Oh, fair. I don't know. It's Yeah, let's just not go into jury. But are there any other games you're looking to play? Because you said you played a little bit of Tekken. Is Street Fighter 6 like? I mean, it's your main focus, of course. But like, are there other games you like to play, and maybe not only fighting games, but are there any other games that really just like tickle your fancy? But let's start with fighting games first.
Okay. So fighting games. Every once in a while, I still boot up Dragon Ball FighterZ because that game really has my heart. Like it's.
I played that game since launch. I don't know what they're doing to it, but at least, dude, honestly, this most recent patch actually is kind of fun. It's just a little bit of a party game right now. I can't take the game seriously anymore. But I will say, the last time I played it, I actually had a bit of fun with Dragon Ball. I played UI Goku. That motherfucker goes full screen with everything that he does now, and I'm like, hey, this character's actually fun and playable again. Let's go.
No, DBFZ is really cool, and I mean, I got the chance to play it with Yasha at Crossover. Who Yasha and I have become like pretty good friends.
Oh.
Because apparently he watches me play Jury, like he follows me on CFN and watches like my replays.
Okay.
And it felt so weird to hear someone say that to me, because I'm always like the one
You're
having
looking up to
tell
him.
others that like yo, I'm such a big fan of you, like I always watch you, like when I was like 15. It's just crazy to like
now you're that guy
where other people, exactly, I'm that guy now. People took a picture with me at UFA, a picture with me. That's sick. I felt so famous at that moment, bro.
Yo,
Like,
people
really
know who
awesome.
I am.
Yeah, exactly. It's really cool. It's just really cool. But I play, so okay, to get back to the story. I played DBFZ with Yasha, and it was really interesting because I felt like I could kind of see what was going on, but I was still getting hit by some stuff. And he also said like, oh, your neutral is really good in this game, like it's crazy. But I just didn't know some matchup things. So I think DBFZ is definitely in a fun spot as like a casual game that I boot up every once in a while.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's not really something like, you know, I just kind of play it every once in a while. And then fighting games. I mean, I boot up Strive as well sometimes. I kind of hate that game.
Who do you play in Strive?
But I play Kai. Of course I play Kai. Come on.
Right.
He's
Dude,
only, like-
everyone I hear that plays Strive's like, oh, I hate Strive. I hate the game. I don't know why that is, but everyone that really plays Strive is like, I hate the game. What? I don't know why I play, but they keep playing it. Strive, I think Strive is it's still a fun game, and I think people don't give Strive enough credit, because I think Strive has done a lot for the FGC, especially. I think with how much eyes and traction that game got, with being like the nichest of niche games, because I mean, fighting games are a niche in and of itself, but then Guilty Gear was like super nichey in that regard as well. But the way it sold, the way it made waves throughout the scene, within the scene, outside of the scene, and also even a little bit mainstream, it's kind of ridiculous. So I think Strive, people are hating on Strive because of the, I'm not going into detail with like the stuff that goes on in the scene. But I feel like you need to put some respect on Strive.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it did a lot for the FGC. I still think Street Fighter 6 has done more in the short time that it's existed. But, you know, Strive was a good game, like, for the few years where it was, like, the dominant fighting game. But it's just, like, okay, I gotta say, I think Dizzy looks really fucking cool. Like, I might play the game just because of her.
The queen.
Because she's like actually really awesome. So I'm probably gonna play her for a little bit, just for fun, just to check it out. Obviously I'm looking forward to 2XKO. Like,
do I smell a team up? We're gonna bully people in rank? Who do you play?
Let's go, bro. I'm probably gonna play who's the guy? Echo?
I was gonna say you strike me as you as a jury mate. Yeah, you gotta play Echo.
Of course I gotta play Echo.
I would also I think Ari would suit you pretty well too.
Ari. She's the flying
The
fox
rush
girl,
down
right?
yeah, she can do rush down. She has her combos are if you're into cool combos, she has so many cool like re-jumps, re-stands. She's insane. The one character I do not see you pick up is I think Darius. I think you would get bored of Darius very quickly.
Yeah, Darius, he's just a heavy, right? Like.
Yeah, but he has he's pretty quick. He's the bully character of the game. Like if you want to bully people, then you pick Darius because he can grab you in. He does so much damage. It's actually ridiculous. He can put a bleed on you as well, where you take ridiculous amounts of chip damage. He has a get over here, and that get over here leads into a three-way mix-up, either an overhead, a command grab, or just nothing. And you can go low after that as well. So he is a bully, but I honestly think he is very easy to pick up. He's very his game plan is very. He's a little bit like Lily, you know, like you play him for like 10 minutes, you instantly know what you have to do. It's get the get over here, and either do overhead, either do command grab, or go for a low. Apart from that, you just apply bleed and you get chips. So he's very straightforward. He has some cool routes, but other than that, I would personally think you would get pretty bored of Darius. But Echo, I honestly think Echo is your character, man. If you really I think you're really gonna enjoy it with the way how liberating he's almost like Jury in a sense. You can do so many things. You can set things up with the projectiles, and that way he's very similar to Jury. But after that, he has like so many different ways to mix you up, so many different combo routes as well. Can do ridiculous damage if you have bar. So yeah, that makes sense to me.
This character looks awesome, man. Oh my god. I just looked him up on the side here. He looks so cool, bro. He
can time travel as well. Like he can literally like roll himself back into time. So, yeah, I played a little bit of Echo as well, but like I knew when I was playing this character, like, oh my god, I have to do so much labbing to get this character now. I, for one, don't really like the lab. I just want to play games. I go in the lab sometimes when I have to, and I'm like, okay, I need to just know what this does, otherwise I'm just flailing. But with Echo, it's like you have to, if you really want to get good with him, you're gonna be in that lab for like hours and hours on that.
I got it though. I got it.
I mean, yeah.
I got the Kimberly skills. They're gonna carry over.
For sure.
I think it's gonna be really cool. But aside from 2XKO, I'm not really looking into any other fighting games. I'm not gonna play Tekken because that game is just kind of looking iffy to me.
Looking rough at the moment.
MK has always been dog shit, so I'm not gonna play that either.
Pause. MKX is great. MKX is actual fun. It was really fun. Yeah, it was really fast paced because usually Mortal Kombat are pretty slow because of how the combat works and how the animations like need to wait until they're done and stuff. And because it's animation based combat, the hitboxes are tied to the animation as well. And of course, I mean the animations itself are very unappealing. But MKX with its run mechanic and it's actually pretty similar. Like it was very offensive focus, like we see now in Street Fighter 6, where it's you got to move forward, you got to move forward, you got to move forward. And I like that about MKX. MKX. But are you gonna play City of the Wolves?
I haven't. I honestly haven't looked into it enough. Like
people are talking about it like I hear every single time I hear people talk about the game, like after they play, like, yeah, this is it. This is the game. This is gonna be huge.
I might have to try it out, but I haven't really. I've only seen there was like a girl that has like a really weird finish animation or something. But
B Janet?
No. What was it? I don't remember. Wait, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. I think it was like one of the new characters, like. She's like a pink-haired girl with like nerdy glasses.
Oh yeah. Preacher. Yeah, she looks cool. She looks
awesome. But I don't know about that game, like enough to to be able to make a judgment on that yet. So
that's fair.
You know, I'll try it out, but I can't guarantee anything.
I 100%. It has Terry Bogard, so Unit is a Terry stan. I'm probably gonna get it because the game just looks fun, and I just want to have fun in my games. I'm probably just gonna pick Rock Howard because I think he's cool. He just looks like Trunks to me without a sword, and I think that's cool. So yeah, it's I'm looking forward to City of the Wolves as well. But I know you play like Fortnite as well and other. Do you play like other shooters and stuff? I mean, you're still relatively young. You got a free pass on playing Fortnite.
Right, right. I mean, hey, I'm not ashamed of it. I love Fortnite.
Enjoy what you want to enjoy,
I
man.
really do. What did you say?
Enjoy what you want to enjoy. I'm not gonna dock you for that.
Exactly. You should try it out. You should try it out with me. Let me carry you in Fortnite.
I play a little bit of Fortnite. I just don't do well in battle royales, man. Because that people look weird at me when I say, yeah, I still play Call of Duty multiplayer like every single year. I'll either buy or I'll get it like on Game Pass now. So I get what you mean when people are like, oh, you still play Fortnite. Like, I still play Call of Duty because I think it's one of those games that the thing that Fortnite and COD offer. You cannot really find. I mean, you can find similar things, but there's nothing really like Fortnite. There's nothing really like, in my opinion, Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I don't like battle royales. Battle royales is not my thing.
Right. I mean, mainly when I hear people complain about Fortnite, I just know that they don't play the game and they haven't like actually given it a chance, right? Because the game has such fun mechanics. And like a really high skill ceiling, which is awesome, right? But people are just kind of locked away behind the idea of, oh, it's a kid's game. Oh, there's so many memes. Oh, building a whole hotel with Wi-Fi and shit. Like, bro, just try out the game and maybe you'll see that it's fun. Right?
I actually think I really respect Fortnite for because the thing is, ironically, the game is really like catered to kids, and everyone knows that, the way how it looks, the colors, the character models. But the way it lets you play the game, the ironic thing is, this is going to sound really weird, but Fortnite, the game, which is made for kids, treats you or lets you play the game as an adult. If that makes sense. Because you have unlimited freedom how you want to build. You have unlimited freedom how you approach the game. And like the big games, which is ironic, like Red Dead Redemption, The Last of Us, I think, are two of the bigger examples here. They are so incredibly hand-holding. They act like you're a child. Because they're like, oh no, don't go to that pack. Don't go that way. We haven't planned that yet. No, we want you to go here. So I think it's something that it's really shallow to call Fortnite a kids game. Because if I see people like, what's it called, like cranking 90s or something, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. How the hell did he do that? I cannot do that stuff, man. And I'm like, I'm not. Maybe I need like 3 monsters and like sprinkle them with extra sugar to get the amount of energy for that kind of dexterity.
Air all day to be able to properly do the 90s. Yeah, no, I agree. From the outside looking in, it's probably really weird. But I mean, Fortnite's just cool, man. Like, it's just a cool game.
I respect it. Yep.
Like with the hand holding that you're seeing in like single player games, for example, that's the reason why I really enjoyed the game Outer Wilds a lot. I don't know if you.
Dude, every single time someone talks about Outer Wilds, they will not shut up about it. I really need to play it. I have it installed. But yeah, I have it installed. I have to play it.
What do you know about the game? Do you know anything about the game?
It's I think you talked to me about how like it's a time loop and you go into space, and that is basically what I know.
Okay, good. That's all you need to know. That game changed the way I look at life, straight up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna glaze it anymore. Just play it. Just play it.
No more glazing. Yeah, let's go back to. I mean, I think that's the reason why I think you as well just enjoy fighting games. Because fighting games, there's a couple of reasons why I enjoy fighting games so much. It's that freedom. You have your character. Here's you. Here's the other guy. Go beat that guy. I don't care how you do it. Just beat that guy or beat those guys. If you can do it however you want to. Here are your moves. This is what you can do. You can move. You can use these moves. If you can get that square block through that round hole, go for it. You can do it. Fine. I don't care.
Any way you want to.
Any way you want to.
But that's the fun about the fighting games. Like, it just everything is so unique. It's so fun.
Mhm.
And I mean, sometimes you want to help people out with like coaching or something, and then they're just not listening, and then you're like, bro, that's on you at this point. Like you're
And
just
that's the
you're
other
fucking
thing,
over
right?
yourself.
That's the other thing. Fighting games teach you accountability. They teach you that it is nobody's fault but yours if you lose. And if you're like, yeah, but I didn't know that. Yes, you didn't study. You didn't know the frame data. Oh, but I didn't know the moves. Yeah, that's on you for not knowing. And I think because people are like, yeah, fighting games are hard to get into. I disagree with that vehemently. Because one of the most popular games in the world is League of Legends. That game is hard. Like, really hard. You have to learn what your champion does. And then there's like 100 other champions that have 4 different moves. So you have to memorize over 400 moves. Because they have a passive as well. You need to know what their passive does. So you get 500 different abilities that you need to memorize. You need to know what the range is, what the damage is that they do. Is there any crowd control that it applies? And people that don't know how to play League, they will play League even if they don't know. Then they go play fighting games. Oh no, this is too hard because I cannot do like quarter circle motion. Fighting games are not hard. Yeah.
That's all they. But that's the number one thing that I hear from every single person that is not into fighting games or gaming. When I talk to them about fighting games, it's just, oh, I usually just mash the button and it works. But they don't want to actually try because they see gaming as something that needs to be relaxing and like just to wind down or something. But if you want to have like high action gameplay, you need to think about your actions, right?
It's like driving a car. You don't just like mash the pedals and turn the wheel. You need to consciously think about what you're doing and the consequences of your actions. But I do want to wrap it up because we've been talking for almost an hour and a half.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, man. Dude,
damn.
We've been talking. The stream's been live for like almost an hour and a half, so I think it's about time we wrap this up a little bit. Is there anything you wanna like anything on your heart you really want to say before we start plugging and close this stuff out?
Shout out to my boy Young Angel. That's my goat right there. I know he loves mashing jabs, but you know. I hope something good comes his way. Let's put it like that. And shout outs to all my boys in the Let's Go Gambling Discord server that I always hang out with. Those are my guys. And shout outs to Chico for being the number 2 jury in Europe and not being able to make it out of pools in his World Warrior. That's definitely something that cemented you to me as just another random. So you can't talk to me anymore. Yeah,
them's fighting words. Any what's your calendar looking like? Any events coming up? You're gonna go to? I mean, we know, of course, King of the World. Is there any other events?
I got SFL.
True.
And no, nothing else really. You're just gonna be seeing me play online, maybe in some online tournaments, but that's pretty much it.
Anything you wanna plug? Wanna promote?
Follow me on Twitter. It's on the screen. Xernamos3. Follow my Instagram, JayFree_, right? And add me on Fortnite. Xerna on Hamon from JoJo's.
All right, guys, that's been it for the first episode of the Active Frames Talk Show. If you just tuned in. And it's like, hey, why is it ending? This will be on YouTube very quickly, very soon, because these will go on our YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna say goodbye to Xerna because I got a couple things I want to talk about. But I'm gonna say bye to Xerna. Xerna, once again, thank you so much for having you.
Thank you for having me, man.
We'll talk soon.